Hey everybody, welcome back to Mount Tammany Ridge. I'm out here by the excavator and scheming kinda. A while back I had seen a video pop up several times. I've watched it probably once or twice. I believe the gentleman's name is Neil from Dig Drive DIY. It's another really great channel. Always makes really good content. And one of the videos that pops up occasionally on my feed is his backhoe log round splitting apparatus. So kind of wondering maybe if I can try to sort of kind of mod my machine a little bit here on the mini excavator to do that same thing. However, things are going to be a little more complicated. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I mean. So as you can see, I've got the kids out here with me. Hopefully they don't get in any mischief while my back is turned. So the problem I'm running into here is, I don't know if you guys can see, but both these bucket pins have been welded in from whoever did it prior to me owning this machine. Now, you know, nothing's really jiggly or clapped out, so I mean, everything works great. However, it's not convenient for me to just, get a quick attach coupler and throw it on there and, get some extra implements. So unfortunately, that makes my auxiliary function on this machine pretty much useless until I have the time to get out the plasma torch, try to blow some of those beads out of there and knock it loose maybe. Or I just might have to plain old just cut the ears off the bucket altogether, which I'm going to wind up doing anyway, because I wanted to get the ears that I could weld on that adapt to the manual coupler, quick coupler setup for John Deere. So I do have plans in a future video somewhere up the road to to build one. So well, that should be a halfway decent video. I'm sure it's going to be on the long side, so it'll probably be a multi-part video. But you can see here, both this this side as well has been welded on. So yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna have to burn those tabs right off of there anyway. But I do want to try to see, while I'm waiting to see if I can just deal with this for now and maybe build a custom like another thumb piece that's got a wedge on it, and then down here these bolt holes for the I guess they might be carbide or just hardened steel, whatever you call it, bolt on side, I guess you'd call them teeth for lack of better terms, but there's three bolts on each side. And I'm thinking about taking a piece of axle tube and some flat stock sheet steel and making two tabs, one off of each side, that are going to bolt that tube piece to there, and then maybe have, like I said, a wedge somewhere in this area. Now this could be a total fluke. That's why I'm not really trying to get super fancy. I'd love to do the mod that Neil did with his backhoe, but the truth is, funds are an issue. I have some scrap steel laying around. I don't want to chop apart this thumb to mod that, because otherwise I don't think I'll have a thumb that's going to be good for anything else at that point. So that's really what we're looking at here. So I'm gonna get the tape measure probably a little bit later on. I'm just kind of storming out loud here on the YouTube and seeing if anybody else has any other ideas that I might be able to do or use to do exactly that, to just break down those big log rounds so that I can make them manageable to throw up on my splitter. So and another thing that I plan on doing here as well is the lack of cutting edge on this thing. Whoever had this thing, I don't know if they used it to plow parking lots or what, but there is literally, there's like a little, it's like a half-inch little tiny lip of whatever the edge was that they had on there. I'm assuming it was mild steel. I don't think it was hardened steel. Otherwise it probably wouldn't have ground down like that. But so that's that. All kinds of things to be done to this thing. The bushings, the upper and lower bushing for this, I don't know what you call this, cradle or something. Anywho, so I got to replace those bushings. These bushings, they seem like they've got a little bit of play. I don't think there's play in the pin as much as there is maybe the, I need to add a shim or two. So that's still actually really tight. All these bushings have been replaced. Well, I shouldn't say all these, but I'm assuming when he was telling me that these bushings were replaced, those bushings were replaced. All these rams prior to me getting it had been rebuilt not that long before I had bought this machine. Now I did have to rebuild that one. That was my fault though. So there is a video in my backlog of videos. It's kind of sort of a two-part and maybe even an incomplete video, sort of. I had some complications with one of the, I don't know if it was the wiper part of the rebuild kit or what, but it was giving me a fit. So I ended up having to bring it to a guy down about 20 minutes south of where I am to have him put it on for me. And of course they always do it in an undisclosed location, so you can't see what they're doing. So I didn't really learn anything there other than sometimes you just got to have somebody do it that does it for a living. But anywho, oh yeah, and the other thing is the slew bearing is a little sloppy on this. Now I'm not sure if it's as much the slew bearing. I've had my wife hop on the machine and lift up, you know, from one side, and I've looked under there, and I mean, there is some movement. I don't really recall how much, but I don't believe it was as much as I thought there might be. But I don't know, it might be the swing motor gear, you know, the actual gear that comes off the swing motor, that could have the slop in it, because the house, when you swing left and right, that's where the slop seems to be, left and right. If there's a delay, and then like if you're on an incline and you've got your boom and your stick facing uphill, if you swing to the left or you swing to the right, you seem to have pretty good control. But if you're on the downhill, if your boom and your stick are facing downhill, you get a lot of slamming side to side, back and forth, because there's a lash in the gearing there. So if any of you guys have dealt with that, diagnosed the true culprit of those types of characteristics, just, you know, send me a message. I'll try to put my email in the description of this video. That way, if any of you guys want to reach out to me and say, yeah, definitely this or not, that'd be great. However, information is good, but again, my whole thing is, I should have named this YouTube channel Budget Farm, because budget is like a big problem here lately. So, but it's good to have the information, because at least that way I can put all this stuff on a list and put them in order of priority, and just put the beans to the side as I get them and make sure that these things get done to this machine, because I really do love this machine. Also, I absolutely love that machine. Knock on wood, they have both been fantastic pieces of equipment. I may have mentioned in a past video, this is a 2006 John Deere 27D, or I should say Deere, because I guess the construction end of things, they just refer to them as Deere. But it really is a great machine. And this one here is a 2016. It's the New Holland C232. It is a 75 horse machine. I want to say that I think the tipping load on this, I'm going to shoot from the hip here. I know I'm going to be off by probably 1,000 pounds either way, but I think the tipping load on this is like 5,500 pounds roughly, maybe 6,000 pounds. But I also have counterweights in the back. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're about, I don't even want to guess, maybe 250, 300 pounds between the four. There's two on this side, two on the other. I could be way off on that guess. However, by the looks of them, I'm not sure I'd want to pick one up without any help. Trying to think of what else. Heat and air conditioning, obviously it's got the cab, the enclosed cab, so it's gonna have that. And what else? Other than that, it's really nothing else I can say about the machine. I'm trying to think of any questions I have for you guys about that machine that I may not know. I know Fate Farms over in PA, they've got a pretty young YouTube channel like mine, and they've got a lot of interesting things going on. Their farm is very similar, larger but similar. It's equine, and they've got a I believe it's a C232 New Holland skid loader as well. And he's doing a lot of the things that I'd like to be doing. Things around here are a little bit more complicated. We got these tree of heaven, these junk trees here along the stone row adjacent to the state property, and they're a nightmare. A lot of them are hollow inside. They've got a very aggressively curved taproot, so they're impossible to just, with any confidence of which way it's going to go, just dig out the root and push it over, because that root being on a 90-degree angle is kind of like a hinge. So it'll go 180 degrees, but and two opposite directions, but whichever way that taproot's pushing, that's like a hinge, so it kind of limits you. Anywho, I've been babbling long enough, so that's why I'm out here today. That's what I got going on here at the farm. A whole lot of nothing, just a lot of brainstorming out loud on the YouTube, and maybe hopefully some of you guys out there watching might be able to give me a little bit of insight as to some of these things I got going on with the excavator, or would like to have going on with the excavator anyway. So yeah, I hope to have something for you guys soon. As you can see behind me here, it's all wet. So sun popped out for a little bit, just long enough for it to go down. Fun. And haven't had any work this week. I did have a possible job yesterday. However, it just wasn't going to work out, because we have these electronic logbooks, and by the time they got to me to get loaded, it was so late in the day that by the time I shut my logbook down after picking up the load, I wouldn't have had my 10-hour break. I should say my 10-hour break wouldn't have clocked in alignment with the time that I needed to leave to make the delivery on time the next day. So anywho, enough of the rambling. Hopefully this weekend, I'm not going to be going to Pete's house, unfortunately. Him and the wife are going somewhere, I guess for the weekend, get out of Dodge and enjoy some nature. And so I'm going to be here. So, and I'm not exactly upset about that. I'm going to be here. Hopefully, it's going to be chilly on Saturday. It's going to be about 35 degrees. I think Sunday's supposed to be partly sunny, somewhere around mid 40s. So that'll be a nice day to do some firewood splitting and cutting. So we'll see. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. If you like the content that you're seeing here on Mount Tammany Ridge, hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Oh, that's another thing. Here, thank you to everybody that has subscribed in the past. Oh God, the past month, I've acquired quite a few subscribers. Yeah, I know I just hit the 100 subscriber mark. I know that's not some huge milestone. However, it's a milestone nonetheless. I'm at 101 right now. That's great. We're on the upward and forward kind of trajectory here with the subscribers. That's really cool. And I just want to say thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers. And thank you for all of you that continue to come back and watch my content as I get it uploaded. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night from Mount Tammany Ridge. Like, comment, subscribe. You got your stick? Huh? You got your sticky? Yeah. You're enjoying that, huh? Yeah. Is that why we named you Timber? Yeah. You like running around with pieces of firewood and stick? Hmm? That's Daddy's girl. Timber.